We wish you a Merry Brickmas. We wish you a Merry Brickmas.
The streets around Mejlgade are full of character, but it wasn't until I found this article that number 43 really caught my eye. It shows fieldstone and monk brick walls, and a worn stone staircase with heavy oak steps, clear signs of a much older building. Most records can be found online through the municipal archive, but many files are locked and require direct access. Thankfully, the archive team has always been quick and helpful. I've never had a request turned down. For this property, the digital records only go back to 1925, even though the front house was built in 1831. Luckily, I found a scanned report from the mid-1900s with older details. It mentions that the house was built on a Renaissance-era cellar, possibly dating back to the 1500s or 1600s. So while 1831 is the official date, that only applies to the current facade. The foundation and cellar are much older. If we rewind a moment and look at the building next to number 43, we often see these strange sunken entrances and windows buried below ground. We can look at some of the other cellars in this area and ask ourselves why they were built this way and what their real history might be. Some say that once deep foundations were dug, adding a cellar was easy, but that still doesn't explain why so many underground rooms are older than the houses above them. And I know this is about Aarhus, but if we look beyond Denmark, there are other cities with similar underground anomalies. In Chattanooga, an entire buried street level with doors, windows and full facades sits beneath today's ground. It only came to light in the 1970s, and the official explanation of raised streets after the 1867 flood fits poorly. Some researchers and local historians have pointed this out. They note inconsistencies in dates, old maps and early photographs where the street levels already look unusual. In Saint Petersburg, recent renovations have uncovered 19th century buildings with windows and facades below the street, looking more like former ground floors than basements. The usual claim of changed street levels lacks consistent documentation, leading some local researchers to suggest that parts of the city rest on older layers. And it's exactly what makes places like this so intriguing.